Hi everyone, we're going to find exact values of trig expressions with the half angle formula, and this is in radians. The first two problems are going to be tangent, and the second two are going to be sine and cosine. For tangent, I like to use this formula. It makes simplifying a lot easier, and so that's the one I'm going to use. And I need to know what my angle theta is. It's going to be 7 pi over 4. And the way you find this after a while is you want this to look like this. So you can use this formula. So just set it to look like that. When you cross multiply, you get 14 pi over 8 equals theta. And then that's going to give you 7 pi over 4. And usually when you do these a lot, you can kind of mentally just do them, because we know that 2 times 4 is 8, which gives us that. So our angle is going to be 7 pi over 4, and just use the formula. And this one you don't have to worry about what quadrant you're in. Okay, so cosine of 7 pi over 4, this is in quadrant 4, so it's going to be 1 minus square root of 2 over 2. However, sine of 7, oops, I should have wrote 7 pi over 4 here. 7 pi over 4 is negative. Alright, so it's negative square root of 2 over 2. And when I simplify that, I'm going to get 2 over 2. Now, what I can do is just cross these 2's out, because those are going to cancel. And I'm going to start writing over here, because I didn't leave room. I'm going to put root 2, square root of 2 here. I'm going to bring this negative out here, and then simplify. Now, we got to rationalize the denominator. So I'm going to multiply it by square root of 2 over square root of 2. That's going to, the numerator is going to be 2 square root of 2 minus 2 over 2. And when you simplify further, you're going to get negative square root of 2 minus 1, which gives us negative square root of 2 plus 1. Sorry I squeezed too much on there. But that's your exact value. Okay? The next one, apparently I didn't write down, so the next one is going to be tan of 9 pi over 8. Again, I'm just going to write this as tan 9 pi over 4. Divide it by 2, because we know that 2 times 4 is 8, and it gives us that. And I'm going to use the simplified formula. You might also want to notice that 9 pi over 4 is coterminal with pi over 4. You just subtract 2 pi, which is, in this case would be 8 pi over 4, and you get pi over 4. So we know we're in quadrant 1, and I'll just write it as that. So we have 1 minus pi over 4, cosine of pi over 4 over sine of pi over 4. So this is going to be 1 minus square root of 2 over 2. Both sine and cosine are positive in quadrant 1. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 over 2. All right, this is 2 over 2. These 2's will cancel when you simplify. So you get 2 minus square root of 2 over square root of 2. Now let's rationalize the denominator. And the denominator is just going to be 2. And when you distribute here, you get 2 square root of 2 minus 2. If I write 2 under each piece, I get 2 square root of 2 over 2 minus 2 over 2. This will cancel. That equals 1 and this equals 1. So you get square root of 2 minus 1. Okay? Now the last two are cosine and sine. So we have sine of negative pi over 8 equals sine of negative pi over 4 divided by 2. And if you just want to use the formula, we know that negative pi over 8, our answer, this is in quadrant 4. So this angle here belongs to quadrant 4. That means I'm going to use the negative formula. So we're going to get 1 minus cosine of negative pi over 4 over 2. Also, you should know that if you want, you can just kind of figure this out, but cosine's an even function, so I can just make that a positive. And we're going to get negative 1 minus square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2. I'm going to go ahead and change this 1 to 2 over 2. And now you can multiply these two. So you get square root of 2 minus square root of 2 over 4. Square root of 4 here is going to be 2, so our final answer is negative 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. And that's your final answer. The last one we have is cosine a negative 3 pi over 8. Alright, if you want, you could go ahead and just, let's see, go ahead and, since this is a even function, I would go ahead and just make that positive. Now, let's rewrite it as cosine of 3 pi over 4 divided by 2. And when you do that, we know that 3 pi over 8 is in quadrant 1. 3 pi over 8 belongs to quadrant 1. And if you don't know why, just remember that 4 pi over 8 equals pi over 2. So we know that it's less, and this is at the top of this would be right here, pi over 2. So we know 3 pi over 8 is in here somewhere. Now, just using the formula, we know that it's going to be positive, and then we just do 1 plus cosine of 3 pi over 4 divided by 2. I'm going to, cosine of 3 pi over 4 is negative square root of 2 over 2. And so I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 over 2. So, and then multiply those. This is going to be 4, so our answer is going to be 2 minus square root of 2 over 4, which is square root of 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. Now, the next video I'm going to do is involves secant and cosecant, and it's the one all my students want me to do because it's a little more complicated, especially with the rationalizing the denominator. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.